Reproduction in animals. Living things, such as plants and animals, do not live forever. They are born, grow, become old, and eventually die. To ensure their species continues, they need to reproduce. The process by which living beings produce the young ones of their own kind is called reproduction. Reproduction is an essential process for every living being as it helps protect and continue the existence of its species. Without reproduction, no living thing would survive for long, as every organism has a limited lifespan. Animals reproduce in different ways. Some animals lay eggs, while others give birth to their babies directly. The animals that lay eggs to produce their young ones are called oviparous animals. For example, birds, frogs, snakes, fish, etc. Whereas the animals that give birth to their young ones are called viviparous animals. For example, cats, dogs, deer, lions, cows, etc. Let us understand the different methods of reproduction in animals. Animals that lay eggs. Many animals such as birds, insects, reptiles, amphibians, and fish lay eggs. The eggs of these animals vary in size, shape, weight, and color. The eggs are laid in safe places like nests, burrows, holes, etc. One of the parents sits on the eggs to keep them warm. After a period of time, the young ones hatch out of the eggs. According to their habitat, we can divide oviparous animals into three categories: aerial oviparous animals, birds; terrestrial oviparous animals, insects, snakes, lizards, turtles, and crocodiles; aquatic oviparous animals, fish and frogs. Aerial oviparous animals, birds. Birds are aerial oviparous animals that reproduce by laying eggs. They build nests to lay their eggs, keep them safe, and nurture them until they hatch into young ones. The eggs are usually oval or round. The outermost part of the egg is called the shell. It is a hard and thick layer that protects the inner parts of the egg. Inside the egg shell, there is a jelly-like white substance called albumen. The growing chick, baby bird, inside the egg is called the embryo. Albumen contains proteins and water required for the proper development of the embryo. The yellow portion present within the albumen is called yolk. It is rich in fats, vitamins, and minerals. It provides nourishment for a growing embryo. Do you know? Eggshells are made mostly of calcium, the same mineral that makes our bones strong. The embryo goes through various stages during its development inside the egg. The embryo develops completely only at the right temperature. So the parent bird sits on the eggs for a few weeks to keep them warm. This is called incubation. When the embryo develops completely into a chick, it breaks the hard shell and comes out of it. This is known as hatching. These newborn birds often have no feathers covering their bodies. The parent birds feed and care for the chicks until they are able to fly and eat on their own. Then the young birds leave the nest. The stages that a living being goes through from birth to adulthood are called its life cycle. Terrestrial oviparous animals, insects. All insects lay eggs which go through different stages of development in their life cycle. After an egg hatches, the young one undergoes many changes in its structure. Insects like houseflies and butterflies have 4 stages in their life cycle, while insects like cockroaches and grasshoppers have 3 stages. Butterflies and houseflies. The female butterfly lay eggs on the leaves, while the housefly lay eggs in moist, decaying matter. The eggs of both insects hatch into small worms called larvae, singular, larva. The larva does not resemble the parents. The larva of a butterfly is called a caterpillar. while the larva of a housefly is called a maggot. The caterpillar eats leaves and grows fast. After growing, the caterpillar forms a hard case called a cocoon, and a maggot forms a hard puparium. Inside these protective coverings, both larvae change into pupae, singular pupa. Finally, the cocoon splits open to release an adult butterfly, while the puparium breaks to release an adult housefly. Do you know? A puparium is a case formed by the hardening of the larval skin in housefly. When the fly is ready to emerge, it breaks the end of the puparium and comes out as an adult. A chrysalis is the pupal stage of a moth or butterfly during which the larva transforms into an adult. Cockroaches and grasshoppers. Cockroaches lay eggs and young ones called nymphs hatch from them. Nymphs look like the adults but do not have wings. As they grow, they shed their skin several times. This process is called molting. After molting repeatedly, they become full-grown adult cockroaches. Grasshoppers also follow the same pattern of development, passing through the egg, nymph, and adult stages. Reptiles. Animals such as crocodiles, snakes, lizards, and turtles lay eggs on the ground or in holes in the ground. They are terrestrial oviparous animals. Most reptiles leave their eggs after laying and do not take care of them. Since many eggs get eaten by other animals and only a few survive to become adults, these animals lay a very large number of eggs to ensure that their species survives. The warmth needed by these eggs is usually provided by the sun. Crocodiles make nests on the ground for their eggs. When the eggs hatch, the mother crocodile carries the young ones to the water and takes care of them. Aquatic oviparous animals. Amphibians. Most amphibians such as frogs, toads and salamanders reproduce by laying eggs. Frogs lay clusters of eggs in water. These are called spawn. When these eggs hatch, tiny tadpoles come out. Tadpoles look like small fish with a tail. They do not resemble adult frogs. After a few weeks, the tadpole gradually loses its tail, grows legs, and transforms into an adult. The transformation of a young one into an adult through physical changes is called metamorphosis. Fish. Fish lay thousands of eggs at a time in the water. They are aquatic oviparous animals. In general, these eggs take warmth for incubation from the sunlight. Out of these, only a few grow into adult fish. Many eggs and baby fish are eaten by other big fish and other aquatic animals. Do you know, a baby fish is called a fry? Animals that give birth to babies. Mammals. Mammals that give birth to their young ones are called viviparous animals. Most of them live on the land. They have hair or fur on their bodies and are warm-blooded. The young babies of these animals feed on their mother's milk. Thus, such animals are called mammals. Dogs, cats, zebras, lions, and humans are some of the examples of mammals. Some mammals, such as dolphins and whales, live in water. They are called aquatic mammals. They also give birth to the young ones. Bats are flying mammals which reproduce by giving birth to the young ones. Some animals have a pouch attached to their bodies. These animals carry their babies in their pouches. Such animals are called marsupials. For example, koalas, kangaroos, opossums, wallabies, wombats, etc. Do you know the blue whale is not only the largest mammal but the largest animal on the earth?
The smallest mammal in the world is called the bumblebee bat, and it weighs just about 2 grams.
Parental care. Parental care is the protection and care given by parent animals to their eggs and babies. Animals nurture and care for their eggs and babies in different ways. Birds and mammals are known for taking care of their babies. Birds build nests to protect their eggs. When baby birds hatch, they are often featherless. The parent birds keep them warm and feed them. They care for their young ones until they are strong enough to fly. Mammals like dogs, cats, cows, and tigers take care of their babies for a longer duration. They protect their babies from other animals. They care for them by feeding, cleaning, and keeping them warm. A cow uses its horns to protect its calf, while cats fight attackers with their claws and move their kittens to a safe place if needed. Kangaroos protect their babies by carrying them in their pouch until they are old enough to care for themselves. Fish lay many eggs near water plants to keep them hidden. Some fish even keep their young ones in their mouths to protect them. Key words: reproduction, a process by which living beings produce young ones of their own kind. Albumin, the jelly-like substance inside an egg. Yolk, the yellow part of an egg. Incubation, the process in which birds sit on their eggs to give them warmth. Embryo, the developing baby inside the egg. Metamorphosis, the process in which a young organism undergoes many stages of development to become an adult. Molting, the shedding of old skin, especially in insects. Spawn, a cluster of eggs, especially of frogs. Marsupials, animals that carry their babies in pouches. Let's recall. Reproduction in animals. Animals that lay eggs, oviparous. Animals that give birth to babies, viviparous. Parental care. Aerial oviparous animals, terrestrial oviparous animals, aquatic oviparous animals. Terrestrial mammals, cats, tigers, elephants. Aquatic mammals, whales and dolphins. Flying mammals, bats. Marsupials, koalas, kangaroos, opossums. Birds build nests to keep eggs safe. Birds feed chicks until they can fly. Kangaroos keep their babies in pouch. Some fish carry their babies in mouth. Cows protect calves using their horns.